Hi guys. So this is the second heart practice, so heart expansion and gratitude practice, Anahata chakra. This practice is progressing on from the practice that I did yesterday and we're going to start seated for this one. So if you just find yourself a comfortable seat, as much support as you need. So remember, a heart practice is about self-care and compassion as well. So make sure that you're not forcing or striving in this practice. And come into just quiet sitting for a moment to arrive into your practice. In tune to your breath. Let your shoulders relax, let the tension slide away. And we start to find breath's rhythm. Just a moment or two to center ourselves. When you feel ready, you can bring your hands over your heart space. And we bring awareness here to the heart, the emotional center. And just notice how it feels to reside here. So this is a place that closes with every criticism or hurt, with every loss, with fear and with anger. But equally this place opens to joy, to compassion, to love, to gratitude and to acceptance. So just making a note of what arises from here as we're beginning. And then the affirmation for this practice. I now release thoughts, feelings and images that are unlike the loving nature of Anahata. I let go of any tendency to strive, and in doing so I accept all aspects of myself. I practice with love, joy, compassion and gratitude. And we'll take three 3-part breaths. So you're inhaling 1/3 full and retaining your breath, and then 2/3, and then all the way to the top, retaining again, and then releasing the breath slowly. So we can do this together. You start with a normal, regular inhale. You exhale and empty completely. And then you inhale the first third. Retain it. The second third. Retain it. And the last part. So you feel the expansion of this beneath your hands. You hold it. And then you exhale slowly. Good. Again, 1/3. Two-thirds. To the very top. Hold it in. Exhale slowly. One more time. 1/3. Two parts. Expansion all the way to the heart. Hold it in. Exhale slowly. Good. Take a breath. Open the arms and feel the heart space widen, the collarbones widen. Draw the elbows back a little bit so they're behind the line of your shoulders. Take 1 or 2 breaths into your chest. When you're ready, you take a twist and to your right, so spiral around your center. For today, your left hand is on your left knee, and your right hand is coming around and behind you. So you just want to open up your chest. You feel this upper right corner open as you draw the arm back. And then you can bring that hand to the floor if you wish, and really just try and loop the shoulder around and behind you. Lift and open your heart. Release. Come around to the front and you cross your right arm over your left. You open behind your heart, a little eagle bind. Take a breath. When you're ready, you release from here. The arms come around behind you, interlace. Roll the shoulders back. You can stay here, or possibly you could take a forward fold from here. Come up slowly. You release. Take the arms wide again. As if you're really opening and receiving. When you're ready, you take your twist, you're going to the left, and your right hand or right arm is just on the right leg. You turn, you feel that upper left corner of your chest open. And then certainly you could bring that left hand to the mat behind you and try and roll your left shoulder back, lift into your heart space. You come back around, your left comes over your right. You rise up, and again you breathe into the back, behind the heart. You're releasing from here, finding behind you again, lifting your heart, rolling your shoulders back. You can stay here, this is fine, or again, you can take this forward. Slowly up. Maybe release and just come back to your center and see how you're feeling. When you're ready, you transition over and onto your hands and knees. And coming into tabletop pose. And just find your foundation, spread out your fingers, turn your toes under. We think about this right side again, so right shoulder, right side of the chest, right arm coming forward and up and around, so it's a big shoulder clock, like a big mandala with your right arm up and around. And then again, up and around. A little bit more space. One more time. Good. And then go to the other side. So with the left arm, up and around. And again. And again. Good. You come back to your center. And this time you take your right arm out to the side and up. Really try and feel that you open all the way through from your left hand to your right hand. And then twisting around and into thread needles. So right arm threads under. And we release the back of that right shoulder. You come up again and open all the way through, and then again you thread through. You do that one more time, coming up. And then thread through. And this time we'll maybe stay for a moment or two, so just find that you thread through as far as you're comfortable to go. You can keep the left hand here on the floor to help you stabilise, or you can bring your left arm around and just bind your left hand to your inner right thigh. Long inhale and long exhale. Slowly coming out of the posture. And staying the same to the other side. So the left arm reaches up. Really open your heart space. And then thread through. And come out and up again. And thread through. Once more. And thread through. So just take your time to find the right place. So opening around the back of the left shoulder, and then optionally you can take that right arm all the way around and bind your right fingers to your inner left thigh. Coming slowly out when you're ready. Back to your centre. And then take yourself back towards your heels, but take your knees wide and drop down into a wide child's pose. Now here, maybe we can drop the heart down towards the floor. So you reach forward with your arms, you open the fronts of your shoulders, you let your heart sink down. If you come all the way down here, it won't be comfortable to keep your head and neck neutral. You'll want to turn your head off to one side and soften here with the heart open, as if you're letting the heart fall towards the floor. And then maybe turn your head the other way, so you balance out the two sides of your neck. Coming up when you're ready, lifting the knees in and finding your foundation for downward facing dog. So spread the fingers, tuck the toes, maybe soften the elbows, and then pressing into the foundation and just gliding up and into your downward facing dog. Now maybe bend the knees a little bit and really attend to opening your shoulders and your chest. Let the head fall down. Make sure you're not being forceful. Remember, it's really important in these practices, especially, that you're kind to yourself. And when you feel ready, walk forward and come into Uttanasana. So as you arrive, draw the heart forward. And then exhale. And fold all the way down. So there is no pushing or pulling here. Nice easy neck. Maybe shrug out the shoulders and just allow yourself to be here for a moment. So with kindness and compassion, without any stress or strain. Another long inhale. And another long exhale. When you feel ready to come up, transition slowly. So you press with your feet, you feel the energy rising through the legs. All the way up into Tadasana. And you stand for a moment here. You can bring your hands over your heart. Notice how you're feeling. You reaffirm your intentions not to force or strive, to practice with kindness, compassion. When you're ready, you open the arms wide. So again, you feel that you're expanding your heart space, you're opening and receiving. And then I'm going to open around to the right, but I want you to be sure that you don't turn your whole self. You're not bringing the left side of your pelvis, your left hip forward. So left hand just comes to the front left side of the pelvis as a reminder that you're not moving this part, and you take the right arm back. So you'll feel the opening here through the upper right corner of your chest as you reach the arm back. And then coming from there, the right arm comes over the left. The eagle bind and open into your upper back and behind your heart, behind your shoulders. And then releasing from here and coming into forward fold, the interlace comes behind you. And you release into fold. Big exhale. The tension falls away from your shoulders. Good. The fingertips release to the floor and you draw the heart forward like an offering here. Heart forward, and then exhaling, you step your right leg back and you come into your lunge. So wiggle out and lengthen, really take your time, be kind. Try and keep the heart open so the collarbones are wide, and lower down your right knee. Good. So nice steady pace. When you're ready, you come up. Now as you lift your heart, you draw your tail down so you keep your lower back spacious, and the arms draw back and you open your heart space again. Coming into the twisting, again opening the right side, so this time maybe left hand to left leg, open the right arm. Nice and steady if you can as you look back towards that right hand. And then coming back around and right arm comes over left again, eagle bind. Scoop up. Releasing from there, around behind for the interlace, lift the heart. Roll the shoulders back, gaze is up. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure on your neck here. Good, releasing. Hands come to the floor, and we step back into downward facing dog. So nice smooth transition. Your dog, take a long inhale. Exhale, lower both knees down together. And then inhale and draw the heart through. Open your chest. Open all the way through your navel center, your frontal space. When you're ready, you exhale. Now keep the elbows in, keep the hips lifted and put the heart down. And when you're ready, you lift your knees, slide out long, reach the toes back. The forehead down for a moment. Check the placement of your hands somewhere alongside your chest. Your elbows are in, you're rising into cobra. So the legs really need to strengthen back. You press down into the front of your pelvis. Try and keep your lower back as spacious as you can. Coming up and into cobra. Releasing. And then downward facing dog. Good, your right foot's going to come close to your left foot and your left leg will come up and you stroke towards the sky. The left knee comes in, so a little reminder of your Manipura chakra practice here. Hug in, you feel strength in your center, and then you step the left foot through. You come into a nice high lunge again. You reach back through your right heel, just find the lunge. And then you turn the right foot, the right toes turn out. You're looking for Parsvakonasana. Now feel free here to use a block inside your left foot. You can use it on this flat setting, or you can use the block on a higher setting if you feel that that would be helpful. So you find the base of the posture, and then you open up your right arm. You want to open all the way through your chest, so you're opening from the front of your left shoulder, all the way through your heart, all the way up. Long breath. Good. Releasing down. Coming back onto the toes of your back foot, setting your block off to one side. And then shifting the weight, if you can, onto your right foot. So you stand down, you press. You see if you can find your balance here. So again, take your time. If it feels okay, you can sweep the arms around behind you, interlace your fingers, draw the heart forward. Really press back into that right heel. Take a breath. And then bring yourself slowly all the way back to standing. You come back to where you began. Steady your breath. When you're ready to do the other side, take the arms wide. You draw back a little bit, really open your heart. And then you take the twist, so you're keeping your pelvis square to the front as you reach your left arm back. So this right hand, a reminder that you're not letting the right half of the pelvis swing forward. So you create some opposition there. You come around, and so the eagle bind, so left over right, the arms come up. Releasing from there, you come around behind you, interlace, and fall forward. Try and relax the neck, release the shoulders. Fingertips come to the floor and the heart pulls forward again. Open your frontal space. And the left leg steps back. So you find the right space, lengthen, the heart comes forward, collarbones widen. Lower the back knee. Good. The tail reaches down as the heart comes up and the arms widen. Again, you pull back, you lift your heart. You're taking the turn to your left. Your right hand comes to the right knee or the right leg. You look around and towards your left hand. Coming back around, left over right. You lift the arms. Stay really anchored into your feet. Release and interlace behind you. Lift the heart up. Perfect, releasing to the floor. You're stepping your right foot back as neatly as you can into downward facing dog. Take the inhale. And then lower both knees together. Exhale. Open your heart. Inhale. Maybe stay and just feel that opening here for a breath. When you're ready, elbows stay in. You lower the heart to that space on your mat between your hands. And then the knees lift and you lengthen. The toes really reach back. The forehead drops down. Hands are alongside your chest. Rising up into your cobra when you feel ready. Remember here, your practice is kind. Try not to jam up your back or your shoulders. You feel openness in your heart. Slowly down. Back into your downward dog. Nice and slow. Feet come nice and close together and your right leg slowly rises. Split dog. When you're ready, you bring the leg in towards your centre, a little bit of power there. Look at that space in between your hands and take a stride through. Square your right hip back and you just find your lunge here, collarbones nice and wide, heart reaching forward. You change the position of the back foot so the toes turn out slightly and you really anchor the foot. Try and keep the inner arch of that back foot lifting so you don't fall onto the inner arch. Keep it lifted. Outer edge of the foot really seals. You can bring your block inside your right foot. Remember you have 3 settings. Right hand on the block. You keep your right arm pressed against your right leg so you're not letting that knee fall in. And then you open all the way through from the lower hand up. You take a breath. One more. Release from here. And set your block off to one side. Your right foot in a place where you feel that you can bring the weight into your right foot and float the left leg up. And take your time here, just find your alignment and your balance. Feel that as you press down into your right foot, the energy moves up and out, back through the left leg, forward into your heart. You can stay here, this is fine, or you can take the arms around behind you, interlace, heart forward, left heel back. Really nice, long line of energy. Good. Standing back to your Tadasana. Releasing the hands and coming back onto your heart. Take a breath here. Good. We'll be standing on our left foot and lifting the right knee here. So finding our balance. If balance is tricky for you, feel free just to play with this version of the posture. If it feels okay, your left hand will come to your right knee and you're opening your right arm out to the right. Now, you need to move your gaze here, but do it really slowly. Good. You open the upper right corner of your chest. Good, you're coming back around and to the front. Now, as you do so, the right leg is stepping back for warrior, and the right arm is coming over the left, and you're finding that eagle bind again. That's a long breath. You release from here. You might want to change the foot pattern a little bit. You're coming into warrior two, so the arms extend. You open the front of your pelvis, you open all the way through fingertips to fingertips. Maybe spin the palms up. Sometimes that gives us a feeling of opening a little bit more through the heart. And then reverse your warrior, so you reach up and back. Lovely. Now flow through from here. The arms are going to come around behind you, interlace your fingers, and you come into this version of a humble warrior pose. You can release the head and the neck and take a breath. Bring yourself slowly, part way up. Hands are going to come to the floor, either side of that front foot, and you're finding your way back into downward facing dog. Good, this time we take plank. We lower slowly. Put the forehead on the floor and ripple out, lengthen, maybe rock the hips. The arms are going to come around behind us again, interlace the fingers and reach the knuckles back. See if you can lift the heart here. Keep the tops of the feet, the fronts of the thighs pressing down. Nice steady breath. Good. Releasing from here. Let's take a child's pose. So sit back on your heels. Long inhale. And long exhale. You take longer should you need to, otherwise downward dog. Feet walk forward towards the hands. Lift the heart, lengthen. And exhale and fold. Nice easy neck. Rolling up when you're ready. And the hands come over the heart again. You take a moment or two to steady yourself. And then you find your balance on your right foot and you lift your left knee up. So again, if we feel unsteady, we can stay with this version. If we feel steady today, grounded and balanced, you'll bring your right hand over to your left knee and you open out through your left arm. Turn the gaze slowly. Breathe the chest open. Good. As simultaneously as you can, you step the left foot back into warrior and you cross the left arm over the right for eagle bind. So it's a tricky transition. Try and stay steady. You lift the arms. Releasing from here. You might want to change the stance a little bit. Sometimes we need to be longer for our warrior two. You press the left hip underneath you. You make sure your spine is vertical. Arms extend. Drishti is over the front hand. You can turn your palms up. Reverse your warrior. And then you flow through into that lovely version of humble warrior. So your arms come around behind you, open your chest one more time, and drop the head all the way down. We bring ourselves part way up, place the hands. Smoothly as you can, you step back, downward facing dog. This time, you come through for plank. Nice slow lower. You take your time to lengthen. The arms sweep around behind you, interlace. Lift the heart. And this time, if you can, lift your legs as well. So you come into a version of Shalabhasana. And when you're ready, you release. And you transition back and into child's pose. So quiet your practice for a moment here. Regulate your breathing. And when you're ready, you bring yourself up. And we're going to come to stand on the knees and with the toes turned under. Now, there are a few versions of this posture. It's camel pose or strasana. We'll do a little bit at a time. So draw your tail down and try and feel that you open the fronts of your hips. So our go-to here tends to be to lean slightly forward. So we're slightly flexing at the hip. Try and take that flexion out of the hip. So you draw your tail down and you press the pelvis slightly forward. And then you lift your heart, you keep your tail drawing down so the lower back is spacious. You can bring your hands onto the back of your pelvis, however they're comfortable, but draw the elbows in and the shoulders back. And then try and lift from behind as if you're lifting your back ribs up and you're lifting your heart up. Now your chin is going to stay in. So it's just a real nice, easy version of Strasana. And you can just press into your knees, bring yourself up from there and see how that feels. Now, feel free to repeat that version or drop into child's pose if it's enough. We'll take it a tiny bit further. The pelvis will press forward, the tail will draw down, the back ribs again are lifting, and the heart is lifting and opening. Now, if you feel that it's okay for you here, you can take your right hand back towards your right heel. See how that feels. And then maybe your left hand. The chin is still in. I'm not dropping my head back. Lift your heart. Open your frontal space. Chin is still in. And then we're just going to pull up here. Now you pull up from your breastbone, push down and into your knees to bring you up. Again, you can rest forward into child's pose. Or we can maybe take one more version. Now, if this posture is easy for you and you want to reach back a little further, you can untuck those toes so your heels are a little bit further away. And if you know that it's okay for your neck, this time you can release your head back. If you're releasing your head back, when you come up, it's still with the heart first. Don't try and lift your head up first, okay? You lift your heart, your head will follow, and then as you come up, it's easy for the head to realign, so there's no stress in the neck. So, If you want to go into this, the tail draws down, the pelvis presses forward, the back ribs lift. Elbows are drawing in towards each other, collarbones are nice and wide. Really think about lifting those back ribs up. Your heart lifts and opens. The chin is still in. I'm not dropping my head back just yet. If you feel that you want to reach back, see if that right heel is within reach, if the left heel is within reach. The chin is still in. And then if that all feels okay, you could maybe release the head back. Now again, to come up, it's with the heart, as if you're pulled up through the breastbone. The head's going to come all on its own, nice and easy. And then certainly this time, we're going to want to come into a child's pose. We sit back on our heels. Forehead drops down. Long breath. Good. We're coming over and onto our seat. And we're going to take the legs wide. So like Upavishtakonasana. We're going to take an opening here through the heart space. So your right, left hand can come inside your left knee. Or if it's easy for you, your left elbow can come inside your left leg. And you kind of anchor the elbow against the leg here and into the floor. And then from here, we open up the right arm. So again, you're opening through this upper right corner of your chest. Before you put your arm out straight, really think about drawing that shoulder back and opening the chest. And then you let the arm open out. You kind of lever your left arm against your inner left leg to give you a little bit more opening. If it's too much for your neck, you know, you can release the head and look down. You're releasing from there whenever you're ready and coming into the other side. So it's your right hand against your inner right leg, or maybe your right elbow against your inner right leg. You find the foundation there. And then you start to turn and open. So it comes all the way through the belly. You're turning your left side ribs. You draw that shoulder back. Before you start to straighten your arm out, you know, don't be in too much of a hurry here. So the shoulder draws back, the chest opens. You really find that space. And then it's just completing the posture as the arm extends, and you can look up or feel free to look down if it feels kinder for your neck. One more breath. Perfect. You release from there. Bring yourself up. And it's going to feel good here just to equalize through both halves. with a symmetrical posture, so a forward fold here. You can draw your heart forward. Try not to round your upper back. Anytime we start to focus on pulling the head down, we start to maybe round the back. We're closing the chest and the heart space again. So imagine you're threading your heart through, you're drawing your breastbone forward as you come into your fold. It doesn't matter if your head's not on the floor, it doesn't matter how far into this you come, but you want to feel that you're keeping that nice open space. When it feels like enough, you bring yourself slowly up. Good. We're going to take ourselves down and onto our backs for some relaxation. If you have a bolster or some pillows that you can use for support here, you could open the heart in your relaxation. Alternatively, you can come into semi-supine or shavasana. So if you're using the bolster, you might want to put a blanket just there underneath the head. So take your time to get comfortable. You can extend out your legs. Open the arms, so again the heart space is wide open. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, don't stay here. Don't endure the posture. Change it. If it doesn't feel good, come into shavasana or semi-supine, somewhere where you'll feel nourished, comfortable, nurtured. And then feeling here, each inhalation brings more space. Each exhalation allows you to release the tightness or holding. You feel that the inhales are bringing in these qualities of kindness and compassion, gratitude. You feel it all expanding in and around your heart space as you breathe. Exhales rinse away anything that is unlike Anahata's loving nature. So any tendencies to be critical, to be hard on yourself. Of course, you can stay here for as long as you like. When you feel that you're ready, you can start to move, maybe just fingers and toes. Maybe stretch out your legs. You might want to roll over and onto one side. You might want to come up very slowly from where you are to sitting, but take your time, make sure you're not in too much of a hurry. And then we'll just find ourselves back in a comfortable seat. We completed the practice, the first Anahata practice, this same way that we're going to finish today. And I don't think that you can do this too much. If you're feeling that you're low, it's good to complete every practice with a short gratitude meditation. So bring your hands over your heart and close your eyes. Now you can say this out loud or you can say it to yourself. It's also a nice practice to do with a partner, and you will alternate, I am grateful for, I am grateful for. If you're doing this with a partner, it's a really, really nice practice. Try not to think too hard about that which you're grateful for. Just allow it to arise, and often there's a realization there that there's someone or something we really appreciate that maybe we hadn't thought about so much, maybe we'd taken a little bit for granted. So let this arise quite naturally. We'll do 5 repetitions, but if you want to do more, you know that you can. So when you're ready. I am grateful for. 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 And you can sit with that for maybe a moment or two more. Visualize the faces that arise for you here. The places. The feelings that arise for you here. create sensation of real expansion into your heart. You feel lighter, more expansive. When you're ready, you can bring your hands to Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Connect your head and your heart and take a bow forward. Namaste. Thank you.